Good evening, sports fans. My name is NFL 128, and I want to start this video off tonight by congratulating Kwame Brown on repossessing the narrative about his life and his career. I'm not sure exactly, somewhere in the neighborhood of, I guess, between 15 and 16 years, or even maybe less than that, since Kwame retired. And then really ever since the moment he was drafted, not the moment he retired, Kwame, as a man, has had to sit up and put up and listen to people who barely know him or don't even know him at all try to discuss the narrative of his life and his career. For more than a couple of decades, Kwame sat back idly, took the high road and like any man would do, just lived his life and kept it moving. But I guess watching that All in the Smoke podcast with Gilbert Arenas, Steven Jackson, and Matt Barnes, it woke Kwame up and made him decide that he wasn't sitting back idly anymore and just allowing other people to sit back and discuss his life and his career without any response. And I want to congratulate Kwame for finally coming out and speaking his truth and letting all of us know as sports fans what it really was that happened to him and what it really was that he went through in Washington. I want to also start off by saying to anybody that's uneducated about sports that there's no way in hell that you can play 10 plus years in a major professional sports league and be a bust. I'll repeat that. There's no way in hell that you can play 10 plus years in a major professional sports league and be a bust. It's not possible. For a decade, Kwame Brown played well enough for NBA team after NBA team to sign him and put him on his roster, but he's supposed to be a bust. That's not true. And anybody with half a brain knows that that's not true. Sam Bowie ain't no bust, and neither is Kwame Brown. I also want to start off by interjecting the whole conversation about sports media into the conversation to where black athletes are concerned. I'm not going to spend all day on that because anybody older than 25 or 30 years old knows that if you don't have a brain and all you do is watch these sports programs, you would think that black athletes are the biggest, most ungrateful scumbags in the world. And white athletes are just nice guys who show up to the ballpark every day and do their respective sports. And that's just not true. Every time a black athlete sneezes the wrong way, or doesn't kiss somebody's butt, it's pushed to us and portrayed to us as this brother is angry or he got a problem. And we know that's not true. And if this video should get to the ears of any professional athlete that has found himself in the same situation that Kwame was in, I encourage everybody and all them brothers in them situations to find a platform to come out and speak on and let us all know as fans what it was that you went through. And stop letting these media platforms tell your story. You find a platform and tell your own damn story. I also want to give a shout out to black YouTubers and for taking back a lot of narratives to where we concerned with a lot of things in our community, whether it's sports or politics and anything. I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to look like I'm trying to gain clout off of anybody else's name. But to all the black YouTubers in the stratosphere that are doing a good job providing information to other people that don't really know what's going on, shout out to all y'all and keep up the good work. But I also want to say to us as sports fans, we also have to do a better job of seeking the honesty out instead of just relying on accepting whatever story that's shoved in front of us. Because we're all smart enough to know that everybody has an agenda to push. Certain leagues benefit from making a fool out of certain players. And of course, they benefit by propping up the players that they like and they want to see succeed. And at the end of the day, us as sports fans, we're the ones who are really in control over whether someone becomes a superstar or not. But we have to do a better job of not allowing our minds to be corrupted by the media and who the hell they choose to push off on us. We should continue to support the athletes that have an impact on us and the guys that we like, not the ones that they try to push off on us. Because a lot of times, as we well know, the guys that are being pushed off on us, have made. I'm not going to say they've paid for the notoriety, but certain things happen behind the scenes that allow to where leagues decide, who they want to be the faces of their leagues. You guys know how that goes. But I want to give a shout out to Kwame Brown and congratulate him for being one of the few professional athletes in the history of American society to have a narrative written about him and spoken about him for decades, and then to find a way to come back and rewrite the narrative about himself and take control of it. Congratulations to Mr. Brown on that. And I'll say it again, us as sports fans, we have to do a better job of controlling. You know, we can't just spend our money on ball caps and jerseys and not have any say so or control on anything. Because at the end of the day, that money that we spend, you know, that's powerful too. Once again, I also want to shout out all the black YouTubers in the stratosphere as well. Good night.